And you're listening to AIM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. As we just wrapped up with Galen from Life South Community Blood Centers, as a word to give them a call to see about what you can do to help donate and find out more information about not only what you can do to donate, but what other stuff that they offer there for you to donate between the platelets, plasma, and blood. Now, we want to thank our sponsors for that segment with Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center and Penn Flooring, as they have been our proud sponsors for that segment for a while now. And as we move on with this Tuesday here, Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, as it is time for news bits of news that we can chew for a little bit going on. Obviously, that we talked about this morning with some, obviously the expectations of opening things back up around restaurants, 25% occupancy, all that stuff. We got some other news to talk about within the community and some national news as well. As no injuries reported in a blaze that destroys an Ocala residence, as crews of the Ocala Fire Rescue responded to reports of a residential fire structure at the 400 block of Northwest 18th Avenue at 11:58 p.m. Ocala Fire Rescue Engines 1, 3, and 4, Rescue 3, Tower 1, Battalion Chief 22, and Safety Officer responded to the call as crews arrived at the scene to find approximately 70% of a single-level residence structure engulfed in flames. Crews completed a primary search and then attacked the flames. The fire was under control by 12:18 a.m. Firefighters searched the structure for fire extension and doused hot spots with water. The fire was extinguished completely by 12:25 a.m. The structure was seen to be unoccupied at the time of the fire. No injuries were reported. The cause of the fire is still unknown, as the Ocala Police Department and Ocala Electric Utility also responded to the fire, which was, like they said, 70% engulfed in flames, which was kind of crazy there. On the zoomed out level of what we're looking at with the resorts of Disney World and all that, no reopening date yet for Disney World and Universal Orlando, as out of Orange County, Florida, as Florida begins its phase of the reopening the economy in the wake of the coronavirus crisis. Many are wondering when theme parks like Disney World and Universal Orlando will start to do the same. As Florida theme parks not ready to share reopening dates just yet, a working group within the Orange County Economic Recovery Task Force met again Monday morning to discuss additional plans for reopening business in the county. During the meeting, the workers group's co-chair, Chuck Whittle, president of the Unicor National Developments, asked the theme park representatives to weigh in on possible reopening dates. Thomas Malzum, the senior VP of Disney World Resorts and Transportation, responded by saying that Disney World didn't have updates to share about the reopening date, as we do not have anything as far as an opening date yet. Malzum says that as some of you may know, at this point, we're taking bookings that were in June. That doesn't mean we're opening in June. At this time, I just want to make it clear that we do not have any plans to share about what Walt Disney World, or for that matter, any of our parks at this point, which is interesting. It says, quite a while ago, quote, we did announce that we would be closed through May 31st, as we really haven't made a decision as to when exactly we would open back up our theme parks, and really can't do that until we hear what the government and health officials recommended and how this phasing will eventually roll out. Similarly, SeaWorld Orlando has not announced a reopening date either at this time. It says here, under Governor Ron DeSantis' Phase 1 reopening plan that kicks off Monday in all but 3 South Florida counties hardest hit by the pandemic, restaurants and retail stores are allowed, obviously, to the 25% capacity indoors. They're allowed to offer outdoor seating with 6 feet space between the tables. In the final report shared last week, the task force also recommended that theme parks consider the reopening in what they call the Phase 2. It says no timeline for the Phase 2 has been provided, with DeSantis saying he wants to wait how Phase 1 progress is before setting such firm dates. And it says whenever the parks do reopen, they could implement a number of health and safety measures for employees as well as guests. And for the past week, government officials and theme park leaders in the state have been sharing ideas on possible guidelines, including the reduced capacity, temperatures checked for workers, and social distancing in ride QUEs. Temperature checks for the employees have already begun at Universal Orlando, which started the practice Friday for workers and contractors who arrived at the property. But the theme parks closed in mid-March in response to, obviously, the coronavirus pandemic. The parks furloughed thousands of workers, and in the weeks following the ongoing closures. So with that, no expected dates as more and more people are trying to figure out, when they'll open up, as we know that is a big proprietor of in the state's economy, in lieu of having visitors come to the theme parks of Orlando. It's a tourist state, baby. So no word yet as we steer towards that a little bit, see what coming up from it. More to our local within the county. The school board and Diane Gillette, the Clark County School District's deputy superintendent in Nevada, are in contract negotiations as Diane Gillette bleeds orange and blue. Gillette, 53, and the 1988 graduate of the University of Florida, smiled when she spoke about her love of the Florida Gators, boating, the beach, and gardening. Gillette, who has worked as an area superintendent and a deputy superintendent at two of the nation's largest school districts, in the school board's choice for Marion County's next superintendent of schools. Gillette was chosen after a national search that led the Florida girl back home. The school board and Gillette are negotiating a contract that will determine when the new era will begin in Marion County. As after spending last week looking at homes in Marion County in preparation for her move, she met with the Star Banner and each school board member individually on Monday, saying, quote, "I'm really anxious to get here." She noted from her seat and at the end of a long conference table, of course, these are unusual times. Not being able to get on the ground to meet face to face with everyone is a challenge. And says Gillette is currently the deputy superintendent for Clark County School District in Las Vegas, and the nation's second largest district that has more than 320,000 students. She hopes that the threat of the COVID-19 eases so that she can get more and more to meet the employees. Gillette has been ushering in distance learning protocols in Clark County for weeks, saying, quote, I can't wait to get out to the schools and get to know the community. She said before her 2-year stint in Las Vegas, Gillette was an area superintendent for Orange County Public Schools, the nation's 8th largest school district that covers Orlando. The area she covered in Orange County had nearly as many schools and students as all of Marion County. She's earned a master's and doctorate degrees in the education leadership from the University of Central Florida. And Gillette was raised in Florida, attending the high school of Clay County, and spent 2 decades working in the Orlando area. Her husband, Rick, is a division manager for a TECO People Gas and Marion County company. And it says, as it works through and through, as they're negotiating deals, as Gillette has 3 adult children, 24, 26, and 28. She loves beach and skiing, both snow and water, and the family loves boating as Miss Florida during her 2 years in Clark County, Las Vegas, and it'll be good to come back home. So as they're working on negotiations there with the newly appointed superintendent, as we're going to take a little break here, as we're now coming up 15 minutes before the 9 o'clock hour. We're going to go ahead and take our break, and then stay tuned, because after 9 o'clock, of course, on Tuesdays, we're going to have Carol Ann Baldwin in the studio for In the Garden with Carol Ann. We'll be back right after this. WOCA Ocala.
The super buys just keep on coming at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Yes, we are open, and this week's deals are better than ever. For as little as $2.99, you get a great selection of Gerber daisies, bush daisy, Parsoni juniper, red ruffle azaleas, and much, much more. For just $3.99, take your pick from frost-proof gardenia, Laura pedalum, pittosporum, African iris, juniper, boxwood, sweet viburnum, and much more. And of course, May is crepe myrtle time, and Bob Wines has more than anyone with prices starting at just $24.99 for a big number 4 size, bunches of different colors. And listen, if you buy dark red, white, or pink crepe myrtles, it's buy one, get one at half price. Don't forget the big BOGO on blueberries. That's every day at Bob Wines. Go to bobwinescamelliagardens.net and come on over. Bob Wines on 38th Street in Southeast Ocala, daily till 4:30 in the same blooming place since 1952.
I'm Jan from Palm Garden. The well-being and safety of our residents is our top priority and at the heart of every decision we make. There are no visitors permitted in our center, but family members are encouraged to reach out by phone or Skype, Facebook, or FaceTime. Everyone is screened daily and wears a mask. New guests are tested and quarantined for 14 days. The response to these measures has been overwhelmingly positive. Thank you for your support and partnership. We are Palm Garden.
How would you like to become more competitive, effective, and profitable in difficult times? For most of us, the answer is obviously yes. Wednesday morning at 9:05, Greg Kowalik, president of Rapid Deployment Solutions, will be Adam's guest to tell us how Rapid Deployment Solutions has helped Fortune 100 customers do just that through the application of innovative technology. It's software for the modern age. Again, that's Wednesday at 9:05 a.m. News you can use from The Source, WOCA 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Hi, this is Brittany from Mike Scott Plumbing. I wanted to take a moment to let you know that during these tough times, Mike Scott Plumbing is still here, ready to help you in every way we can. We know life doesn't just stop, and when it breaks, we know your plumbing doesn't just magically start working again. Mike Scott Plumbing is taking every precaution to ensure your safety by following and exceeding all the guidelines set forth by the CDC for COVID-19, as well as local districts. As an essential business, we are operating at full capacity to ensure we get your problem solved day, night, or weekends. We're all in this together. We hope you are all staying safe during these trying times. And remember, if water runs through it, we do it. 866-314-4443. Call day or night. That number again is 866-314-4443. Mike Scott Plumbing.
WOCA.
Ocala. A sunny day for today, high 89 to 94. Tonight it will be clear and moonlit, low 64 to 67. For Wednesday, partial sunshine with a shower or thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, high 86 to 90. Thursday, a full day of sunshine with a high 79 to 84. And sunny Friday, high 86 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
WOCA. Ocala.
And and you're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Jeez, Croy. Not smooth like it should be. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. As we say, we are broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. And as we mentioned the Paddock Mall, we know it's been closed in lieu of COVID-19 and the novel coronavirus. But as of yesterday, we've got the Paddock Mall here and their little news press here that the Paddock Mall announces reopening as the Paddock Mall to reopen on Friday, May 8th. And according to the Paddock Mall and the marketing director here, is they say that the Paddock Mall plans to reopen on Friday, May 8th with reduced hours of 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday and noon, 5:30 p.m. on Sunday. As it planned, reopening dates for individual tenants may vary. As they say, it may vary, so guests are encouraged to call ahead and to follow along with the Facebook and Instagram at Paddock Mall for the most up-to-date information about the retailers. The Paddock Mall remains focused on providing safe and enjoyable experiences for everyone. And in the continued need to address the COVID-19, obviously, the center has proactively implemented additions to the Code of Conduct effective immediately and until further notice. In regards to these additional guidelines is of course, the practicing the social distancing and stay at least 6 feet from other people, covering your mouth and nose with a cloth or face cover is recommended, not required, but do not gather in groups, adhere to individual tenants' COVID-19 policies, as each store within the Paddock Mall might have their own COVID-19 policies. It says adhere to all federal, state, and local regulations, recommendations, and mandates regarding the COVID-19. The Code of Conduct is posted on property and will be available online. It says, in addition, Paddock Mall's already rigorous disinfectant and cleaning practices will continue many, many times per day, including periodically disinfecting areas most susceptible to the spread of germs, just like they did before they were closing, as alcohol-based hand sanitizer dispensers will be located in high-traffic areas and walkways for public use. The Center for Management is meeting with housekeeping on a daily basis and is monitoring alcohol-based hand sanitizing product supply to ensure all units are stocked. It says here, quote, "We are inspired by the resilience of our community and look forward to safely welcoming back our guests," said Ashley Wheeler-Gerds, the Paddock Mall general manager. Quote, "We will continue to work with local, state, and federal agencies to do all we can in order to contribute to the containment, treatment, and prevention of COVID-19. It says, while Paddock Mall transitions into reopening during this, what we consider unprecedented time, more than ever, the Paddock Mall is embracing its role as a community partner by finding unique ways to transform its space for social good. It says here on Friday, May 8th, from noon to 2 p.m., first responders and Marion County K through 12 teachers will receive a complimentary sandwich from the Chick-fil-A at Paddock Mall as a special thank you from Paddock Mall, as first responders and teachers must show current employee identification in order to redeem, and this is limited to the first 200 first responders and teachers. The Paddock Mall will include an interactive hashtag Post Your Love art display near the center court as a way for guests to share bright moments during a difficult time. Guests are encouraged to add to the art display by writing down positive affirmations on the Post-it notes. The hashtag Post Your Love display serves as a way to unite the community and offer a moment of some optimism. And additionally, the Paddock Mall is holding blood drives at the property in partnership with One Blood. The blood drives will be held Wednesday, May 6th and Saturday, May 9th from noon to 6 p.m. in the food court parking lot. For more information about the Paddock Mall and the expectations of the response to the COVID-19 pandemic and to the idea of the other vendors that will be opening up and their expectations of COVID-19 handling, they say please follow the Paddock Mall on Facebook and Instagram at Paddock Mall, or you can visit the Paddock Mall at paddockmall.com. As they say, the Paddock Mall is Marion County's premier shopping destination. The center is home to more than 90 national and local retail, dining, and entertainment options, as well as numerous events and activities through the year. Again, that's paddockmall.com, or you can contact them at 352-237-1223. So just a little bit there. As we can get back to some normal, you can see the mall get opening up and give some people some opportunity to do something different. As we're going to round out news bits here before the top of the 9 o'clock hour, is one more to mention as this come up from, I believe it was Sunday here. It was eight arrested in drug sweep. It says a two-way drug operation conducted by the Unified Drug Enforcement Task Force, or UDEST, resulted in the arrest of 8 people and the seizure of a variety of drugs as well as a stolen vehicle. It says that the initiative began April 28th and concluded on April 29th with Marion County Sheriff's Office deputies and the Ocala Police Department officers assisting their counterparts. Now, the Unified Drug Enforcement Strike Team is composed of local and state and federal officials. The focus was along Interstate 75 with the goal being to stop the flow of illegal narcotics on the roadways, identifying drug trafficking organizations, sharing information with other law enforcement agencies, and preventing crime and keeping the roads safe for motorists. In the 2 days, drug agents made more than 55 traffic stops, confiscated drugs that include fentanyl, heroin, cocaine, and recovered a stolen vehicle and arrested more than half a dozen people. The arrest and their charges come as such that Frederick Perryman, 18 of Gainesville, whose charges include possession of marijuana, aggravated assault, law enforcement officer. Marion County jail records show that Perryman was released Friday on $40,000 bond. As it moves on and on with some of the names, it says that, like they say within the task force, the Unified Drug Enforcement Strike Team has resulted, as they say, 8 people and the seizure of a variety of drugs that was stolen. As like they said, the initiative began April 28th and then concluded on April 29th. So a little interesting there. As we're rounding out here with just a few minutes before the top of the 9 o'clock hour, stay tuned. We'll have Carol Ann Baldwin in the studio to do our Tuesday show of In the Garden, or You've Got Garden, Carol Ann. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this. WOCA, Ocala.
News. I'm Chris Foster. As more businesses reopen, there's an estimate that coronavirus deaths will rise